Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining the Florida Recycles Week webinar, and thanks to the Florida Recycling Partnership and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection for hosting these informational sessions. My name is Whitley McWilliams, and I work at Wawa in the Government Relations and Sustainability team, and I will be discussing tips for recycling on the go. But first, just a little background about who Wawa is. We are a privately held company who began in 1803 as an iron foundry in New Jersey. In 1902, the owner, George Wood, took an interest in dairy farming, and the family began a small processing plant in Wawa, Pennsylvania. Although the milk business was a huge success, as home delivery of milk declined in the 1960s, George's grandson, Graham Wood, opens the first Wawa food market in 1964 as an outlet for dairy products. Today, Wawa is open 24/7, and we offer fresh, built-to-order foods, beverages, coffee, fuel services, and surcharge-free ATMs. Wawa stores are located in 6 states, including Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, Florida, and Washington, D.C. We have a total of 949 stores, and 233 stores are located in Florida. We employ 43,193 associates throughout the communities we serve every day. Now I will be talking about recycling on the go. So while you are on the go, look for recycling containers at your local convenience stores, fuel courts, and grocery stores to properly dispose of your bottles, cans, and other recyclables that you acquire during your travels. If you cannot find a recycling container while traveling, gather your bottles and cans and other plastics and recycle them at home. Proper recycling reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills and incinerators, conserves natural resources, and reduces the need to make new products out of virgin materials, which is costly and energy intensive. Aluminum cans are 100% recyclable, and the energy saved by recycling 1 ton of aluminum cans is equivalent to about 1,000 gallons of gasoline or 21 barrels of oil consumed. Plastic bottles are one of the easiest items to recycle, and it takes more than 450 years for 1 plastic bottle to decompose in a landfill. Recycling 10 plastic bottles saves enough energy to power a laptop for more than 25 hours. Recycling can be really challenging from a retailer perspective because of the lack of uniform recycling standards everywhere, which makes it hard to educate the public and change behavior, especially at Wawa, where we have a couple of minutes to interact with our customers in our stores every day. At Wawa, we use the phrase, when in doubt, throw it out. If you have to think if something is recyclable, it's best to just throw it out because contamination slows down the sorting process at the recycling facility and can damage the machinery. If a load of recycling has between 1% and 4% contamination, businesses will be faced with a fine or extra charge. If there is a 5% or more of contamination in the recycling batch, the entire batch is unusable and will be rejected and discarded in a landfill or incinerator. Contamination includes things like trash, anything that isn't recyclable, food waste or residue, and plastic bags, to name a few. To put this into perspective, if you have 30 aluminum cans and 1.5 of those cans are contaminated, that will result in rejection of the entire load. There is a very small margin of error when it comes to recycling. Recycling is important whether it's consumer recycling at home, your office, or while you're traveling and on the go. There are many programs out there other than plastic bottle and aluminum can recycling. Many retailers and businesses offer various internal recycling programs based on their industry. Some of the programs we offer at Wawa include cardboard recycling, food donation and food waste recycling programs, coffee grounds recycling, and our cutting board reuse/recycling program. Like most retailers and businesses, Wawa is committed to supporting the communities it serves, as well as the environment. Since Wawa entered the Florida market in 2012, we have recycled over 16,000 tons of recycling. Since 2012, we have also donated over 8.1 million pounds of food in Florida to our local communities and food banks through our food donation program. Caring for the environment is everyone's responsibility. One aluminum can and one plastic bottle properly recycled can make a difference. Thank you for joining this informational session today.
Ooh, Tracy, look, she's going for the bin.
Oh my, look at her scoop.
Thank you.
Hey, Stacy, what do you think he's doing with that bottle?
Oh no, he's gonna throw it in the trash. I can't look.
Wait. He's putting it in his bag to recycle later.
Way to go, Mr. Brown Shoes.
Hey, up here.
Can you see this? I could watch humans all day long.
We are, and we do.
We're here in the city of Satellite Beach in Brevard County, Florida with Millie the Millennial Sea Turtle. Millie was created in partnership with 321 Millennials to keep Brevard beautiful in the city of Satellite Beach. We have a lot of recycling cans at all of our beach accesses, but none of them are as exciting or entertaining or engaging as Millie the Millennial Sea Turtle.
Millie has several factors to her. Not only is she a recycling bin, but she also has an education factor to her. As you see here, we have a board which talks about what can go into the recycling bin, and then also how the plastics affect the sea turtles. Typically, when we come out here on a monthly basis, we'll empty Millie, we'll sort through the recyclables, make sure they're properly recycled. At that time, we remove any contaminants, and then we take the recyclables and properly dispose of them. If there's anything that doesn't belong in Millie, we'll dispose of that in the proper way as well.
We'd like to thank all of our partners, Keep Brevard Beautiful, 321 Millennials, Sam Barker, Thomas Coet, and Christopher Maslow for coming together to create this project of an eco-art installation at Pelican Park in Satellite Beach.
Bravo, sir, bravo.
Florida's State Park Service is one of the largest in the country, with 175 state parks. Managing and preserving the best of Florida's diverse natural and cultural sites involves maintaining a constant balance of offering access to resource-based recreation and minimizing human impact on the environment. The recycling program at Edward Ball Wakulla Springs State Park is a great example of how park operation and infrastructure work together to successfully achieve this balance. Edward Ball Wakulla Springs State Park welcomes a very diverse population of over 200,000 visitors each year and generates an economic impact on the area totaling almost $19 million. Its rich archaeological and cultural heritage dates back to as long as humans have walked the land in Florida. Discoveries such as these mastodon bones began as early as the 1850s, and pre-Clovis archaeological digs continue on the site to this day. Current park manager Amy Conyers oversees a dedicated staff working to constantly improve their robust recycling program. At the top of that list is Jackie Turner, a park services specialist and volunteer coordinator at Wakulla Springs for over 16 years. Her interest in protecting park resources, including Wakulla Spring, encourages the rest of her team to make better choices and take the extra steps to recycle. Her efforts stress the importance of leading with education and communication. Jackie regularly checks in with her recycling facility to ensure that the park is sending the right materials. She shares this guidance with park staff regularly at personnel meetings, as well as concessionaire staff at the Wakulla Lodge. She continues to improve recycling education and signage that guides all staff to ensure materials end up in the right place. Maintaining a successful recycling program at Wakulla Springs also depends on having infrastructure based on best practices in place to support every facet of recycling operations. Recycling data collected has proven time and time again that placement of recycling bins in central locations paired with a trash bin is one of those best practices that is critical to success. A unique twist on this practice at Wakulla Springs is the use of wire mesh recycling bins. These allow for someone approaching the trash can to see the types of things being collected in the recycling bin. It also makes it easy for a passing park staff member to see if there are materials in the wire mesh that don't belong. Behind the scenes, the recyclables that are collected are put into holding bins. Jackie and her volunteers then sort the materials to ensure that the commingled recycling is as clean and appropriate as possible. These types of staging areas for further collection may not always be visible to park visitors. However, positioning them for easy access by the recycling service provider is another great example of the way park staff at Wakulla Springs Park ensures that their recycling program is a model for success at every level. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection Waste Reduction and Recycling Section especially wants to thank Governor Ron DeSantis, management and staff at Edward Ball Wakulla State Park, and Keena Corey with the Florida Recycling Partnership Foundation for helping make Florida Recycles Week 2021 a great success. Thanks to every one of you for taking a few minutes to learn more about Florida State Park recycling.
Nailed it!
Good morning. Keep Sarasota County Beautiful and Sarasota County Solid Waste Departments launched a new recycling education campaign this year at the beginning of 2021. The series of fun images were created to help convey messaging throughout the county. Think before you throw, no matter where you go. This message was twofold. One, to remind people not to litter when they're out and about, but also to remind them that they have a choice. No matter where they are in the county, whether it be a beach, a park, a library, in their neighborhood, the shopping mall, or in our natural areas, we always have a choice on what to do with our materials. A little bit of background on our program. Keep Sarasota County Beautiful is housed under Sarasota County Solid Waste Department, and we serve all of Sarasota County, including the unincorporated areas, the cities of Sarasota, Venice, Northport, and the town of Longboat Key. We have approximately 400,000 full-time residents and another 50,000 that come to visit us seasonally between January and April. In 2020, the county transitioned to single stream recycling for about 130,000 residents in the unincorporated parts of the county. We found education was a key component to that transition. This program aimed to build upon the success and to continue to educate people about what materials to recycle and what materials not to recycle. Think Before You Throw, No Matter Where You Go was originally created for an ad in the Siesta Key Visitor's Guide. It was then developed more and started to incorporate the FDOT and Keep Florida Beautiful logos to complement our Drive at Home campaign through our Keep Florida Beautiful affiliate. And we adapted it for use as a countywide campaign for 2021. This campaign had a multimedia approach to it. Between January and September 2021, we had more than 750,000 impressions via local online publications, such as the Sarasota Herald Tribune and the Observer Group. We had over 730,000 plus streaming radio ads, 9 quarter-page ads in the Sarasota Herald Tribune Ticket, which is our weekend entertainment guide, 3 banners placed at local area beaches. We had 2 quarter-page ads that were featured in Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources Summer Event Guide. And we had the different artwork featured in 40 scat buses. And we've also used monthly electronic newsletters through the county, our General Communications newsletter, our Neighborhood Services Department, and our IFAS Sustainability Office. They've also featured our campaign as well. I wanted to share with the group some sample radio ads. We all know that cardboard can be a tricky issue. And so this is one of the ads that we had playing on the local stations and through the streaming.
Hey neighbor, looks like your hands are full.
Yeah, I'm taking these old boxes out to our recycling cart.
Oh, you sure do have a lot of them.
I know, I hope they all fit. If not, I guess I'll have to leave some out on the curb.
Haven't you heard? Sarasota County's recycling program uses trucks with robotic arms to empty the carts. Stuff on the curb isn't collected.
So you're saying I need to have all this cardboard in the cart? How am I gonna fit that in there?
Well, you could flatten or cut up your boxes to conserve some space so the cart lid closes completely and your recycling doesn't get wet or blow all over the neighborhood. And if you don't have enough room to fit everything in, there's always next week.
How'd you get so cart smart?
The info's easy to find online at scgov.net/recycling or by calling Sarasota County at 941-861-5000.
When it comes to trash and recycling in Sarasota County, please think before you throw, no matter where you go. This public service announcement brought to you by Sarasota County Solid Waste, the Florida Department of Transportation, and Keep Sarasota County Beautiful.
So in addition to that ad, we had another one running that talked about plastic bags and just making sure that we were reminding residents that items needed to be placed loosely in their curbside recycling carts and not contained in plastic bags. One of the other opportunities that we took advantage of this year was advertising through OTT, which is over-the-top media. And one of the great things about this is it allowed us to actually target these ads to specific zip zones. So if we found that there was contamination in a certain location, we could place the ad specifically to those people that would go through their streaming devices. But here's an example of our OTT ads.
Whether you're at home or out and about, think before you throw by placing garbage and recycling materials in the proper containers so they don't become litter. How about at work? Think before you throw. While enjoying water activities? Think before you throw. What about the ballpark? Think before you throw. What about at school? Think before you throw. When it comes to trash and recycling in Sarasota County, please think before you throw, no matter where you go. This public service announcement brought to you by Sarasota County Solid Waste, the Florida Department of Transportation, and Keep Sarasota County Beautiful.
All right, and that concludes the presentation from Keep Sarasota County Beautiful.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us this morning for day 4 of Florida Recycles Week. We've had quite the week. Our first day talked about taking the pledge, and I hope that everybody has gone online and taken the pledge. That was great that DEP created that QR code for us. And then on day 2, we talked about what belongs in the bin. Don McCormick talked about all the things that should go in the bin. Paula from the city of Coral Springs talked about their new campaign that they have going on. They just started back with their recycling services on November the 1st. And then we had Sue Fleck talk about the wonderful program that they have with collecting that plastic film and plastic wraps at schools. They got Rotary to place bins in all the different schools in Indian River County, and they've been collecting the plastics and taking it to Publix to be recycled. So that was wonderful. Yesterday, we had so much fun. It was beautiful outside here in Tallahassee, and we presented Florida Recycling Partners Foundation recycling awards, and those went to 8 different organizations. We had City of Orlando, Greenworks, Publix, Supermarkets, FP&L, Rarick Pacific. We had Keep Brevard Beautiful. You just saw the program that they did with Millie the Turtle. I can't wait to see Millie the Turtle in person. We had Dream in Green, and we had the Abigail Chamberlain Wright Daughters of the American Revolution. They actually collected bottle caps, and they're using them in a project that was going on in the Lake Lagoon, or Indian River Lagoon, to try to help clean up the waters there. So it's a pilot project that's going on over there. Those ladies collected over 5,000 bottle caps that's being put in mesh bags and helped. So a lot of fun things going on. DEP actually gave out some awards. Secretary John Truitt was there, and he was able to give out an award to the counties that met the 75% recycling goal. They actually went a little higher than that, but that was Charlotte County, Lee County, and Pinellas County. And then Julie Edwards was there to receive the Recycling Recognition Award from DEP for Northrop Grumman. So we had a great day. It was beautiful here in Tallahassee, and you'll be seeing some of those photos later on. So Whitley, I'm going to turn it over to you to let you ask some of our panelists some questions.
Thank you, Kenya. So we have one question in the chat for Chris. And that question is, how does the park keep illegal dumping or lazy waste disposal from happening at recycling locations?
Well, I think that's really the dedication of the park rangers themselves and the staff. I think that being on site, being visible, making sure again that these bins are located in central locations, as well as, I think they just do a lot of on-site monitoring, just to really ensure that, when they see groups and gatherings, and this is some of the feedback I received, that they make sure to go up and talk to groups. If there's a large family or a get together, 10, 20 more people, they make sure to let them know, direct them to where the recycling bins are, where the trash bins are, and just overall being vigilant. I think that's just the key to making sure that nobody just dumps trash in an area where it doesn't belong.
Great, thank you. Our next question from the chat is for Wendy. How much did your campaign cost? It looks like a great program.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun to facilitate this program, and I should preface it by saying, because we are part of the county, we've got a lot of partners within our county departments, and we were able to facilitate some promotion in places that were just at cost. So cost for banners, but it didn't cost us anything to place them, putting the promotional pieces in the buses, again, just the print cost. But we were looking at a budget of about $50,000 for the year. I think we have come in under that. I don't know the exact figures, but that was initially where we had started for the year when we were looking at the campaign.
Great, thank you. So those are all the questions. Oh, there's one more. For me, what is cutting board reuse and recycling program at Wawa? So in our food service area at Wawa, we have cutting boards, and they're made of obviously very dense plastic, and recycling them. Before we started this program, they were really just thrown out. And so now we have a program that we actually reuse them. So our facilities teams and our techs will take them back, and there's like a special machine that they'll shave them down so that they're able to be used again. And that can only be done a certain number of times. And then once we hit the max number of times that it can be reused, then we actually recycle them properly. And we go through a lot of them because of our volume and because of QA standards. So it's been a great program so far. Okay, and we have another question for Wendy. What is OTT?
So this is something that we learned about probably just maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's called over-the-top media. And basically it's streaming opportunities, and it's also the geo-targeting. So you have the ability to go specifically where you want to go. So probably the best way to describe it, if you think about traditional radio advertising, you put it on a station, it's going to blanket a huge, large metropolitan area. So we live in Sarasota. Our local stations might cover up to Manatee County, down to Charlotte County, Sarasota, but you know that a ton of people are getting that messaging. The OTT marketing actually allows you to specifically target areas that you want to target. So if we just want to go to Sarasota zip zones, we just go to Sarasota zip zones. So we feel like it gives us a more precise way of getting our messaging to the people that we want to hear it.
Great, thank you. Our next question is for Chris. Is DEP looking to help other parks with recycling programs?
That is something that those discussions are ongoing with our Parks and Recreation Department, as well as potential partners. So yes, that is something that, as we look around the state, availability of recycling in remote areas such as state parks can be a challenge, just depending on, their proximity to the ability to have that processing and pickup. So that's definitely something we evaluate really all the time. So, we're constantly talking to our rangers, seeing what's available, how we can, boost that infrastructure. But yes, absolutely. We really look forward to the opportunity to partner with organizations to boost that infrastructure. So yes, we definitely continue that. It's ongoing, and look for it soon. And I'm sure you'll be hearing more about it soon.
Great, thank you. Our next question is for Wawa. What is the biggest challenge for Wawa in recycling? Oh man, I would say, at the registers, we only have a couple seconds to really engage with our customers. So to educate them on how to recycle what they actually purchased when they're done using those products is very challenging. I would say the education part for consumers is probably our #1 challenge. Especially in Florida, it has been a really big challenge down there. I'm not sure why with all the waterways, but recycling has just been really hard down there, and just, having it resonate with our customers. And our associates try, but there's only, they only have so much time with the customers to engage with them. So I'd say consumer education. We are done with questions. So now I will return the program back to Kenya.
Whitley, thank you so much. I love Wawa's being able to have both of those containers right there. I'm a big Wawa fan, so I drive up there, get my gas because it's great prices. I can empty out my car, I can clean out my trash because you've got the trash bin on one side, then you've got the recycling on the other side, then go in and get my coffee or in the morning, or if it's the afternoon, my hoagie. And if you have not had a Wawa hoagie, you have got to go find one. They are fabulous. So we really appreciate everything that you do. And we really want to thank you. And we want to thank Wawa for being one of our sponsors today. So Wawa is the sponsor for today. Our first day was Coca-Cola Beverages Florida. Second day was Waste Management. Today we have Wawa, and tomorrow, and don't forget to sign up for tomorrow's event. Tomorrow is Publix Supermarkets. So tomorrow we're going to talk about buy recycle and why it's important. Now we've got you recycling. Where do those products go? What can be made from them and things of that nature? And then we'll also have the Florida Beverage Association and the American Beverage Association talk about their campaign, Every Bottle Back. So we hope that you'll join us. Your registration link is good for all week. And we just want to thank everybody for joining us today.